Most
Good
people
morning.
spend their
Let's review the
entire
quarterly
20s
results.
doing something
We've seen
that feels
significant growth
completely
across all
normal,
metrics.
and it quietly destroys any chance they have at real financial freedom. And the scariest part? Nobody warns them. Not their parents, not their teachers, not their boss. They just figure it out one day in their late 30s, staring at a bank account that should be much further along, wondering where all the years went. Today, I want to change that. I'm going to walk you through
Results.
the financial
We've seen
mistakes
significant
that are
growth across
silently
all
wrecking the
metrics.
futures
Thank
of
you.
millions
Results.
of people in
We've
their
seen
20s,
significant
and I'm going
growth
to show
across
you
all
exactly
metric
what
results.
to do instead.
We've seen
Some of these are
significant
going
growth
to make
across
you
all metric
uncomfortable.
results.
Some will sound
We've seen
familiar,
significant
and
growth
at least
across
one
all
of them
metric
is going to
results.
make you want to
We've seen
open your
significant
bank app
growth
before
across
this
all
video
metric
ends.
results.
So stay
We've
with
seen
me. Let me tell
significant
you
growth
about a guy
across all
named
metric.
Marcus. He graduated college at 22, landed a decent job paying $52,000 a year, and felt like he had finally made it. He moved into a nice apartment, bought himself a brand new car, and started living the life he'd always pictured. Nice dinners, weekends out, new clothes every few months. Marcus wasn't being reckless. At least, that's what he told himself. He was just enjoying his 20s. He figured he'd start saving seriously once he made a little more money. Fast forward 10 years. Marcus is 32. His salary nearly doubled. He's earning close to $90,000 now. But here's the thing, he still feels broke. He's got almost nothing saved. His car payment is still draining him every month. His credit card balance keeps creeping back up no matter how many times he pays it down. And the worst part? He can't figure out why. He makes good money. Where is it all going?
Marcus's story isn't unusual. It's actually the default. And the reason it happens isn't laziness or stupidity. It's a set of very specific financial habits that most people in their 20s fall into without even realizing it. Let's talk about them. The first one is the mistake that costs people the most money over their lifetime.
Quarterly
Even though
results.
it never
We've
feels
seen
like
significant
a mistake when
quarterly
you're
results.
making it. It's
We've seen
waiting to
significant
invest.
quarterly
Here is the
results.
number that
We've
should
seen
change
significant
everything
quarterly
for
results.
you.
We've seen
If you
significant
invest just
quarterly results.
$300
We've seen
a month,
significant
starting
quarterly
at age
results.
22,
We've seen
and earn
significant
an
quarterly
average
results.
return of 8%
We've seen
per
significant
year, you'll have
quarterly
roughly
results. We've seen
$1.1
significant
million
quarterly
by
results.
the time you're
We've seen
65.
significant
If you wait until 32 to start, same amount, same returns, you'll end up with around $440,000. That's a $660,000 difference. Same discipline, same money per month. The only thing that changed is when you started. This is the magic of compound interest, and it is genuinely one of the most powerful forces in the financial world. Albert Einstein, whether he actually said this or not, was right when this idea was described as the eighth wonder of the world. When your money earns returns, and then those returns earn returns, the growth becomes exponential over time. But here's the catch. It needs time to work. And every year you delay, you're not just missing a year of growth, you're missing all the growth that would have come from that year for the rest of without borrowing money or selling something. $400. That's a car repair, a medical copay, a phone screen. One of those things happens to almost everyone at least once a year. And for nearly half the country, it immediately turns into debt. That's the thing about not having an emergency fund. It doesn't just leave you financially vulnerable. It puts you in a position where a small problem becomes a big one almost overnight. You put the $1,200 car repair on a credit card, charging 22% interest. Now you've got a debt that, if you're only making minimum payments, could take years to pay off and cost you far more than the original repair. One bad week turns into months of financial stress. The fix is building a cushion. Ideally, 3 to 6 months of living expenses sitting in a high-yield savings account, earning somewhere around 4 to 5% while it waits. I know that sounds like a lot when you're just starting out. It is. But you don't have to do it all at once. Even having $1,000 set aside creates a real buffer between you and chaos. Start there, build from there. And whatever you do, treat that money as untouchable. Hey, it's not exciting, but it works, and it works fast once you actually commit to it. This one still gets me. Every year, American workers collectively leave over $1 billion in unclaimed 401k matching contributions on the table. $1 billion in free money just sitting there, unclaimed, because people either didn't know about it or didn't bother to take full advantage of it. Here's how a 401k match works. Your employer agrees to match your contributions up to a certain percentage of your salary, commonly somewhere between 3% and 6%. So, if you earn $60,000 and your company matches up to 4%, and you contribute 4% of your salary, your employer also kicks in 4%. That's an instant 100% return.
We've seen significant growth across all. We've seen significant growth across
There is
all.
no investment.
We've seen
in the world
significant
that
growth
gives you
across all.
guaranteed.
We've seen
immediate
significant growth across
100%
all.
return.
We've seen
If you're not
significant growth
contributing
across
at
all.
least enough to
We've
capture
seen
your full
significant growth
employer
across
match,
all.
you are
We've
quite
seen
literally
significant
turning
growth
down
across
part
all.
of your compensation.
We've seen significant
It's the
growth
equivalent
across all.
of negotiating
We've
a
seen
raise
significant
and then
growth
telling
across
your
all.
boss.
We've seen
If you're not
significant
sure
growth
what your
across all.
employer offers,
We've seen
find out
significant
this
growth across all.
Make it a priority.
We've seen
This is the
significant growth
easiest,
across all.
highest return financial move available to most people, and millions of people are ignoring it. Here's a question. Without pulling out your phone right now, how much did you spend last month on food, on subscriptions, on things you bought online that you didn't really need? If you can't answer those questions with at least a rough number, that's the problem. You can't manage what you don't measure. It's that simple. Most people in their 20s have no real idea where their money goes because they've never sat down and looked. And what happens when you actually do look, even just once, is usually shocking. The streaming services you forgot you were paying for, the daily coffee that adds up to $150 a month, the food delivery apps quietly draining $300 a month because cooking felt like too much effort on a Thursday night. People who track their spending save an average of 20% more each month than those who don't. Not because tracking is some magical act, but because when you see your money clearly, you make different decisions. Awareness changes behavior. You don't need a complex spreadsheet or a fancy app. You just need to look. Go through your last month of bank statements.
find where the leaks are. Most people find $200 to $400 in monthly spending they could cut without it affecting their quality of life in any meaningful way.
We live in a time when everyone's highlight reel is on display 24 hours a day. The vacation photos, the nice car, the restaurant dinners, the designer gear. Social comparison has always existed, but social media turned up the volume on it so loud that millions of people are quietly spending money they don't have to project a lifestyle they can't afford because they're trying to keep up with people who are doing the same thing. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Most of the people who look wealthy aren't. The flashy car is usually leased. The designer bag went on a credit card. The vacation was financed. Real wealth, the kind that actually changes your life, is almost invisible. You don't see it on Instagram. The person quietly maxing out their Roth IRA every year, driving a 5-year-old Honda, and letting compound interest work in the background doesn't make for an exciting post. But in 20 years, they're the one with options. Wealth is not a performance. It's the gap between what you earn and what you spend, and what you do with that gap over time. The moment you understand that, you stop competing with people whose finances you don't actually know anything about, and you start building something real. So let's come back to Marcus, the guy I told you about at the start, the one earning good money but somehow still feeling broke at 32. When Marcus finally sat down and looked honestly at his finances, he found lifestyle inflation bleeding him dry, a credit card balance quietly compounding, no emergency fund, and a 401k match he'd been partially ignoring for years. None of it was catastrophic.
We've seen significant growth across all results. We've seen significant growth across all results. We've seen significant growth across all results. We've seen significant growth across all. Let's review the quarterly results. We've seen significant growth across all metrics. Let's review the quarterly results. We've seen significant growth across all metrics. Let's review the quarterly results. We've seen significant growth across all metrics. Let's review the quarterly results. We've seen significant growth across all metrics. Let's review the quarterly results. We've seen significant growth across all metrics. Let's review the quarterly results. We've seen significant growth across all metrics. Let's review the quarterly results. We've seen significant growth across all metrics. Let's review the quarterly results. We've seen significant growth across all metrics. Let's review the quarterly results. We've seen significant growth across all metrics. Let's review the quarterly results. We've seen significant growth across all metrics. Let's review the quarterly results. We've seen significant growth across all metrics. Let's review the quarterly results. We've seen significant growth across all metrics. Let's review the quarterly results. We've seen significant growth across all metrics. Let's review the quarterly results. We've